What's up, guys? I got another line sword video for you. In this line sword video, we'll be going up against NY718. I'll be going path 6 this war. This first node is Aggression Fury, Unblockable L1, and Limber. And it's a rank 4 tech. I was expecting Iron Man Infinity War. I do see Iron Man Infinity War on this node a lot. So I went to this node, waited for max energy, and then max boosted. So I go into this fight with my Spark, and it actually turns out to be a Labyrinth Ultron, which caught me off guard a little bit. I haven't seen him on this node in a while, and I haven't fought him in a while. Anyway, I am trying to get these aggression fury buffs off of him. Unfortunately, right there, he punished me through my block, or I let my block down. Anyway, he hit me. He got the poison on me. Unfortunately, right here against his L1, I like to only retaliate once, just in case he does get that evade off. I don't want to retaliate twice on him after his L1s and he evade and clip me. Anyway, I do get to an L2, drop my L2, and that Labyrinth Ultron does go down. So this next node is Bane, Enhanced Abilities, and Stun Immunity. It's a 5-star mutant. I see Cable here on this node a lot. I see Sabretooth and Nightcrawler. It's definitely not Sabretooth because there's no persistent charges. It actually does turn out to be a Nightcrawler. I was a little caught off guard because I usually see unduped Nightcrawlers on this node. Anyway, when you're fighting Nightcrawler, there's two types of fighting Nightcrawler. Either it goes really smooth, you switch him in the beginning, and the fight is like 20 seconds, or you get backed against the wall and you don't switch him, and you got to dance around with Nightcrawler the whole fight. And unfortunately, that's what happens here. I am dancing with Nightcrawler. I wasn't able to switch him. He did clip me in the beginning, got Bane on me, and then I get clipped by his heavy here, gets Bane on me. I'm against the wall. I'm trying to just evade his heavies, which I'm doing. I'm actually building a decent amount of poise charges, evading those heavies. Bane is about to transfer here. It does transfer. I'm at 10% health. I evade one more heavy from him, get another medium in. The medium crits really well, and I don't die to that Nightcrawler. Thank God. But yeah, that Nightcrawler fight is sometimes extremely easy or a little bit of a pain, and you got to dance around with Nightcrawler a little bit. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to switch him. So this next node is 24, and my Spark just took a ton of health, so I'm not going in with him. And I'm actually really happy I didn't, because it turns out to be a Miles Morales. And this is really good placement. It's almost like a Spark and a Void counter, Miles Morales on node 24, because with Spark, I guess it's not so much a Spark. I don't know. It's a good counter on 24 if you're using Void or Spark. With Void, you're pretty much always trying to spam the L1, and every special you drop, Miles gains evade charges. So yeah, rank 4 Miles. Kudos to this guy for ranking up his Miles for diversity. Anyway, I get pummeled by that L2 because who remembers Miles? Who remembers the timing on Miles Morales' L2? Apparently, I don't. I don't know when the last time I fought him was. Probably Labyrinth. But anyway, I am not dropping any of my specials. I'm just waiting until all of these evade charges drop off him. And the buffet node does trigger right there, unfortunately. And I have now four debuffs on him, and none of them are the petrified debuffs. The RNG on this fight was pretty crappy. My last two debuffs to apply are the petrified debuffs, and I sort of wanted those first. I guess I wanted the agility debuffs too to help cancel out Miles' chances of evade. The agility debuffs are the one all the way to the far right. But anyway, he does throw this L2. I don't get clipped by it this time. I remembered the timing. He is going down pretty quick. I get another 5-hit combo. Let off my L3. He's on 2%. This L3 is definitely going to kill him. So yeah, I get a nice kill with Sentry. Hopefully made Idolist proud. Getting that kill with Sentry. So this next node is node 31, I think, the buffet mini boss, and it is it's a 565 Iceman. So if my Spark was topped off at full health, I would have definitely went in with Spark, but he is not topped off. He is looking pretty low there. So I do heal up my Void. I am going to go in with Void against this 565 Iceman. Void has a ton of health, and he can tank that cold snap damage. in the beginning of the fight, because this is a 565, and the cold snap damage from 565 is pretty nuts. So I go in here with Void. I do throw on a combat regeneration boost. He throws a heavy in the beginning of the fight. I am able to retaliate that heavy. The cold snap damage is ticking for 700 per tick. It's pretty crazy. I blocked that L1. That was a little poor play on my part. I should have evaded it. I should have had that timing down a little bit better. But anyway, I do drop this L1. Do push Iceman to an L1 of his own. Now I'm just trying to evade it, which I do right here, and then I retaliate in. The ice armor did just kick on. So I'm going to try and parry him, try and shut it off. But before that, I do drop this L1. I now have 2 petrify debuffs on him, which is great. It's what I was looking for. Unfortunately, I do block this L1. I guess I just didn't swipe back fast enough. Luckily, I didn't get clipped by it. Luckily, I blocked it and didn't try to evade and get clipped by it. Anyway, I do evade this L1. And with Iceman, when I'm pushing him to an L1, I like to never end on a medium or 5-hit combo when I'm pushing him to an L1, just because I like that extra space when you're evading his L1. Anyway, Fear the Void did just proc. I held on to my L1 because I knew Fear the Void was going to kick on, and I was able to save that debuff. I do drop another L1. I Fear the Void and 3 debuffs on him. He's ticking down really fast. I trigger the buffet node. 22k gets taken off him, even though he was only at, like, I don't know, 3% or something. But yeah, that 565 Iceman does go down. So this next node is node 38, Aggression Armor. And a lot of people place Iron Man Infinity War on this node, even though this is a bluff. It is not him. It turns out being a Doc Ock, so extremely easy fight against this Doc Ock. I like to never push him to an L2 and strictly evade his L1s. His L1s are really easy to evade. There's no projectiles involved or anything. His L2 has 2 projectiles, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, I don't like pushing him to his L2. So I'm just trying to evade his L1 right now, trying to let him trigger it. Unfortunately, right there, I went in after a heavy, and he threw his L1 immediately. Luckily, I was fast enough. I was able to get away from that L1. So I do throw this L1 on him. He does have 4 debuffs on him. He is ticking down pretty fast, pretty nice. Almost like 600 per tick. He's going down really, really quick. I do get another 5-hit combo on him. I'm just going to try to, or 2-hit combo, 3-hit combo. I'm just going to try to evade this last L1. He's not throwing it, so I throw my L1 instead. And that Doc Ock does go down on that Aggression Fury node. So this next node is node 42, Arc Overload and Recovery. I think that's what's on it. I hope that's what's on it. It's definitely Arc Overload. And it is a rank 4, it's a rank 4 skill. Turns out being a Taskmaster. Taskmaster and who was the other guy? Massacre or Massacre. Their heavies are not really that similar, but I always get them mixed up. I know Massacre's heavy is a 3-hit heavy, but Taskmaster is only a 2-hit heavy. So he threw his heavy. I remembered which one was which, and now I'm going to start trying to retaliating after his heavies. I do push him to an L2. He does throw that L2. I don't retaliate it because I didn't really have the timing down 100%. Anyway, I get to an L2 of myself. It doesn't really crit too well. Only one hit from my L2 crit. I did get 3 shock charges on him, so he is ticking down a decent amount. He does have the Arc Overload node on right there. He parried me. I wasn't fast enough retaliating after his heavy, and unfortunately, I ate that parry and ate a combo or 2. But that is why you boost, just in case you get clipped like that and get parried like that. So yeah, little scrub play on me, getting parried by him, not retaliating that heavy fast enough. Anyway, this is the Strike Back and Recovery mini boss, the right to center mini boss. It's a duped rank 4 5-star King Groot. So many lines is place King Groot on this node. I don't know, it's a little annoying. I mean, who dies to King Groot? Nobody in my battle group, I'll tell you that much. But anyway, it is a King Groot, and I'm trying to build poise charges off of him. I get to 9 poise charges. He is in his regeneration phase, so I can parry him at will. He's not going to shrug off my parries immediately. I'm just trying to bait out his L1s now. And this node does have Strike Back on it, so I'm just keeping that in the back of my head, just trying to remember about the Strike Back. I do get one more parry in and get another combo on him. I'm just trying to bait out this L1. I do have an L2 of my own. I push him right above an L1, or right exactly at an L1, and I bait this out, and I did that intentionally. I get a 2-hit combo, drop my L2, make sure my L2 wasn't going to push him to an L2 of his own because of the strike back node. Unfortunately, my Vade right there messed me up. I did get clipped, but that's okay. I get another parry in, another couple combos, and that King Groot does go down. So yeah, those last 3 fights weren't too good of fights. Pretty diversity fights. I don't know. This wasn't too much of an exciting war. But anyway, we did lose, unfortunately, to NY718. Our winning streak is now over. First loss of the season. I think the last time we lost was against NY, maybe Season 3, the beginning of Season 3. I'm not sure. But yeah, we did lose. Sucks. Big shout out to NY718. Congratulations to all the MVPs. I hope you guys liked this Line Sword video. Till the next one. Peace.